What the fuck was your glitch last night, bitch?
I'm sorry? What did you call me?
I take you to a top-class club, wine you and dine you, and you slap me in the fucking face?
Did you ask yourself why I slapped you, Zach?
I don't fucking care. You'll regret fucking with me, bitch. I can promise you that.
That's exactly what she didn't do. She didn't fuck you. That's why you're mad, you fucking dolt. Really should have been some sort of fast travel option. That's the one thing I really don't like about this game. Especially, I mean, maybe it's okay the first time around, you know, first time you go to these places that you can't fast travel then, but that you can't, for instance, just fast travel from your apartment to the subway. Don't really see a point in having to go through this traveling every time. And it's not a big deal, but kind of annoying. I think the Phantom is in here or something.
Do you know a boy named Warren Hughes?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Yes, I molest him every day.
What do you want from me?
I should have asked you the same question. Except I don't care. You should have thought twice before coming after me.
After you? I didn't come... So you're Warren.
Duh!
I can't go risking my ass for nobody. Not even Cortez.
That's alright. I just need some information on a group called the Vanguard and their leader, Jacob McAllen.
Oh, sorry. Never heard of those
Oh
guys.
god damn, that elevator door is getting kind of
They
annoying.
keep to themselves, and they got some kind of cover operation going, but I don't know what it is, and...
Need to find out? Alright, here's the thing.
Is
I
that
have a
really
friend who might be
necessary?
able to help you out.
Where's the police station?
Take the subway to Metro West. You'll come out on what they call Cop Street. You'll see the NPD
Really?
headquarters down the block. You can't miss it.
Okay,
I
let's
better
get
get
going.
going.
Be cool, eh?
I don't know if it is just me, but I found that elevator really annoying. I mean, yeah, fair enough that it's out of order, but does that mean it has to constantly open and close a bit? Is that really necessary? I guess this could be kind of boring with nothing else in the background, but you are just here to have a conversation. You don't need that elevator constantly opening and closing. Let's just get the fuck out of here anyway.
Perhaps if I try entering the idea of the intersecting street, the roadblock will move.
And off it goes. Oh, sorry. And into the dumpster we go. Or container. I have to wonder though if robotic roadblocks are really necessary, since they can evidently be tampered with fairly easily. Not that it couldn't have robotic roadblocks, but it seems kind of unnecessary. The hell is... Why is this guy sitting there picking his nose? Fucking... Not the worst thing you can do in the world, but... He's apparently examining every booger as well, so... And wiping it on his fucking pants. Or trousers. And that guy's dead.
It's completely secured. I can't open it.
No, because for that we need some guys who are over here. We need the thin fella and the portly fella. I guess that's their names.
Hi.
What do you want? We're on our lunch break, honey.
Even though you don't have any food or anything.
About the archives.
You're not an officer of the law, are you?
So what if I'm not?
Then you can't go into the back, capiche? Cops only. Besides, half the doors in this building, including that one, are out of order. Nobody's going in, nobody's coming out. And until those overpaid, underworking service guys get off their butts and back to work, that's the way it's gonna stay.
Because it's not like you could talk to him.
Aren't you supposed to fix the doors?
That's right.
But instead you're just... sitting here.
That's right.
And you're not planning on getting back to work anytime soon?
That's right.
And you're not bothered by this.
That's right.
I could say anything at all.
That's right.
And you just answer...
That's right.
It's amazing the shit you white trash know.
That's right.
I need a requisition form number 09042. Short-term tactical suspension of union members' benefits.
Hold on.
Now I actually have to get off my ass and move over to these fucking shelves. I fucking hate to do this bullshit. Why did I even take this job? I hate this fuck.
I better fill out this work order first.
Okay. Which you'll do right in front of that sergeant who probably would have seen
doors. Sign the commish. There.
Shouldn't she see that and react a little? I don't know. I guess she's too busy writing on her hand.
Lady, do you realize what you've just done? You've interrupted our lunch break. This is an official work order. It can't be. Wait. 09042. This isn't 09042-A, is it?
Because we couldn't make anything quite easy, you know, we couldn't make it straightforward. Everything has to be a little complicated in these sort of games.
I'm sorry, but I need the 09042-A requisition form addendum as well.
Would you stop picking your fucking nose?
The 09042-A?
What are you, two? So by fixing the door, they mean they're gonna stand there with their... scratching their asses, nice. Scratching your dick, apparently, and looking at a toolbox. Because as far as I can see, he's at least looking at the toolbox. He might be looking at the panel. But they're definitely not doing shit about the doors.
Good to see you up and about, George.
The ants. They're everywhere. There are ants in my pants.
Less said about that, the better, I think.
It's a long shot, but if I try to cross these wires...
Really?
Voila!
That's all they had to do to fix the fucking doors? And yet they stood there, staring at their shoes. These guys really are lazy fucks. Or exploitative fucks, or whatever you want to call them, I don't know.
Bingo! The world's favorite soda. And after the devastating soda wars of 2159, the world's only soda.
Soda wars? That would be interesting to see. In the time when Pepsi battled the giants of Coca-Cola. But ultimately, the unknown underdog, known as Bingo, came out from beneath the shadows to destroy them all.
Let's see. Cola, lemon, lime, strawberry, strawberry lime, strawberry cola, cherry cola. Yuck!
No, cherry coke is awesome.
The old standby, Bingo classic.
I'm serious about it. I love cherry coke. Some people think it's disgusting. I fucking love cherry coke. Mostly because we don't have it in this country, so whenever I drink it, it's always when I'm abroad.
Phew! Jesus, I think I'm allergic to the goddamn medicine. Oh, crap, my eye! There you are. Back in your slot.
Oh, this seems really fucking
I'm
painful.
seeing red. I'm having a stroke. Maria, go get the doctor fast. I'm seeing red.
And that's fair enough. We need his eye. Kind of weirdly, almost kind of grotesque. But then again, it's a fake eye. But still, we replace it with one that has a spring on it. That can't be good. It must hurt like hell to put in an artificial eye with a fucking spring on it. Well, it's not really an artificial eye, but... And the reason we needed that eye is to get into the archives. Some of this stuff I still remember. It took me quite a while to figure that out the first time playing. This isn't the worst, maybe, but it takes a bit of time, and I still remember the first time I probably went in and out of the police station and tried various things hundreds of times before I figured it out. Because it's not that straightforward. You might not necessarily think of all the stuff you have to do. Like, even just the fact that you had to turn off the light to get that eye to switch it out, because otherwise he stops you. And that's the thing here, you can decide whether or not to kill this guy or just erase his records. Doesn't really matter because the outcome is pretty much the same. But if you delete the record, basically killing him, he kind of gets a bit upset. He kind of yells at you for saying, "Why the hell did you kill me?" And we need a copy.
Presses are rolling. Now, where's the printer?
It's next to the computer. And it's apparently one of those, the hell are you, matrix printers, isn't that what you call it? A matrix, I can't remember, but, you know, those old school ones that went, At least that's what it sounds like. And we get Frank Manelli in even more trouble. First we fuck up his bowels, then we take his eye, and now we're gonna make him, now he's gonna get in trouble with his supervisors. We're so nice to him. Oh, I was remembering those symbols. I seem to remember that being a pain in the neck. Even though it's just 4 of them, but... So it's,
I have no idea what that is.
It's a code that you're gonna use for another machine after this. But what is it? It's, what can we call these symbols? That one's fair enough. That's a square. It's a square with 2 extra lines on 2 other sides, and that's a T with a double line over it and an extra line on it. It's an IT with an extra dot over it, a line over it, and that's part of the Atari symbol or something. I don't know. Just gonna try to remember him. I can always go back and check him again if I forget him, but find the stuff, Jacob McAllen stuff. Let's see, I believe it was at button 11, then it was button 16, button 1, and button 8. See, I did remember it. And what was that?
There's nothing in here. Oh, except for a tiny data cube.
Whatever the hell that is.
It's a tiny data cube with a non-standard interface. It probably won't work on the screen we have at home.
I don't know how that's supposed to work at all. Whoa, that was an ugly dude. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but fuck, it was ugly. Let's do what Warren said and knock on this fucking door. 1, 2, and 1 more. Which makes 15. No.
You're trespassing. You gotta leave now.
Where'd that come from?
Apparently it came from over here.
April Ryan, huh? Shit. My channel with Warren was scrambled anyway. Top of the line African Scrambler. Fucking impossible to hack unless you're the flipper.
Who is it this guy reminds me of? I'm pretty certain I've heard that voice before. But also the personality thing. He reminds me of some character or something.
Sure, babe. Hey, hold on.
I can't put my finger on it. If you know, then I don't know if this makes it into the final video, but if you know who that guy Flipper could remind me of, please let me know. Plenty of people, I guess, but... Or who the voice actor is, because I haven't looked that up, but he seems familiar.
Whatever.
What exactly is he wearing on his head? Is that one of those fairly old school leather football helmets thing, or is it supposed to be some sort of bandage, or... I don't know.
I need some information.
So visit the fucking library. Or go bother the Oracle or whatever. The flipper can't help you.
That's too bad. I guess Warren was wrong about you.
Yeah.
What is up with the character animations in this?
What was he wrong
I mean, I know it's limited over the time and all, but I just notice it more and more. All these weird spastic animations. Kind of funny. Can you stop dancing and fucking do what you need to do? Yeah, okay, we get it. He's on his computer searching through this shit. Finally.
An enrichment. A gold.
What am I doing with my arms? Why am I flapping him like I'm a fucking bird?
We must forge a future for ourselves, our children, and our children's children.
And why the hell am I not opening my mouth when I speak?
We shall be victorious.
That was actually kind of a bad loop as well, I noticed there. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but that he kind of suddenly skipped because apparently they just had a very short loop.
Now take a look at this, on the screen again.
Who's this?
That's a guy named Gordon Holloway. Evil-looking dude, huh?
No, he doesn't really look evil, he looks fucking dead.
Anyhow, this guy Gordon, he was originally intended for some kind of religious duty, whatever the hell it was, for the Sentinel dudes. Let's say, like, Dalai Lama or whatever. But the Vanguard kidnapped him before he was ready, and they did some shit with him, some experiments to try to use his powers.
Which apparently turned him into a zombie.
So, okay, these guys are badasses, and I should stay as far away from them as possible. Disregarding that, however, where are the Vanguard headquarters?
You're either very brave or very stupid, Chiquita.
I'm going with stupid.
You know, I'm the Flipper. The Flipper.
Flipper, faster than lightning.
Could you fix me up with some fake identification?
Why would you want that?
How else am I going to get to Grendel Avenue?
Or get a drink.
It don't come cheap, that stuff. Even if I cut out my profit, which for a friend of Warren's I just may, it'll still come to $15,000, baby.
Seems like a bad business model for... Fair enough that this is apparently a very special fake ID, so you need special cards or whatever else. But really, it's gonna cost $15,000 for fake ID? I guess you get your money's worth with it, but...
Would you consider alternative forms of payment for a fake ID?
Sorry, Chiquita, that urge disappeared with my little legs.
No! Oh, not that! God forbid! More like a favor or something you need.
Don't think I need it. Whoa! God!
And he was shocked because his chair rocks a bit. That's the thing. That's kind of the problem with this, with these level of graphics and animation is you don't really understand why the hell was he so shocked. Because of course, what's supposed to happen there was that his hover chair was starting to malfunction, as you'll find out when you talk to him about it. That apparently his anti-grav unit is malfunctioning, but it just looked like he was just rocking it a bit, like he's been doing the entire time.
Thanks.
Sure.
You need to say everything in a weird way. You can't just say no problem or no mention it or yeah whatever. You have to go sure, because that's necessary, you know.
This is volatile stuff. I'd better get rid of it as soon as possible.
I don't remember if that, once you've done that, if the soda actually can explode if you use too much time before you use it. But I think it can. I might be wrong. I don't think that's ever happened to me though, because I usually didn't do that until I figured out what I needed, before I figured out that I needed to do it. But I might be wrong. Maybe it can explode if you use too much time, or if you're fucking around too much or something. I don't know. I don't think it can, as I said, but maybe. Please let me know if you know, because I don't think that's happened to me before, because even like the first time I played this, I don't think I actually figured out that you needed to do that until I needed to do that. Until the point where you need to do that, and therefore there wasn't any time for it to explode, because I used it before it had any chance to do so. Which I'm gonna do now as well.
Are you feeling alright, officer?
Thank you, ma'am, I'm fine. All the dust from the debris is just choking me up.
But that's the thing. So he says that he's choking because of dust. First of all, there is no fucking dust that I can see, because it's settled long ago. And second of all, I don't know, but doesn't he seem like he's slightly robotic or maybe he's a cyborg or something, I don't fucking know, but both because of the voice and how he looks and everything. So would dust really affect him? I don't know, maybe he still has lungs, so I guess it could, but it just seems a bit weird. But of course, ultimately it is just an arbitrary reason for you to have to do this bullshit with the soda.
Would you like a cold soda, officer, to wash away the dust?
Much obliged, ma'am.
Which I don't think he would have been allowed to do anyway. Or he shouldn't have done. He's guarding a perimeter, but yeah, I'm gonna take a drink or candy or whatever it might be from a stranger, obviously trying to get rid of me.
Get to the service office before my suit short circuits.
So it's just his suit that's robotic.
I feel so bad.
Is that to give him enhanced strength and speed and stuff? You walked away slow enough, so it doesn't seem like it.
It's a high-voltage laser perimeter fence. The color indicates that they're using military-grade lasers.
Which can apparently be reflected by a mirror.
I saw this on an episode of MacGyver 2200.
MacGyver lasted that long, huh? And again, this is the type of situation where a fast travel option would be nice. Fairly minor problem maybe, but it does mean it drags out the game a bit. Because you have these sections where you're just running and running and trying to get from one area to another, when you could easily have a fast travel option to quickly get back to the previous area you were or some shit. Instead of having to travel through 15 screens each and every time. Gets a little annoying. I don't know, I keep hopping on about it, but that is pretty much the only issue with this game, or biggest issue at least. The only issue that really takes away anything from the experience. And there's that old lady who apparently is on the train once in a while. She actually looks like a man. I don't know if that's just me, but she looks exactly like that bigger guy who sometimes sits in the back here. Hey, actually, that I didn't notice until now, that there's actually an ad for Surge in this. Which apparently has kind of had a resurgence in certain countries recently. I just remember seeing an article a little while back about how, I can't remember if it was Amazon who was bringing that back or something, and apparently they sold out in like that. Which is kind of interesting because in Norway we've had this for quite a while now. I remember we had it back when I was younger and then it suddenly came back again, but we don't call it Surge. We lose the S for some reason and call it Urge. And as far as I know, it's the exact same drink. We've had it for a while, and it's lovely. One of my favorite drinks. Well, sodas.
Tomorrow, then?
Tomorrow. Have a good night,
Are you having in your hand, Cortez?
Careful.
Is that something you're supposed to give to her, or is that supposed to be a book, or is it a notepad, or is it just a weird part of your hand? And again, you're walking away really fucking weirdly.
I've been... chosen to save the world.
Stop kidding around, April. We're serious.
So am I. I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
You're actually telling us the truth. What do you mean you've been chosen to save the world?
God told me.
This is kind of exciting, but you gotta tell me, what are they after you for? Did you do something illegal?
Not yet. Not really.
Oh, except for breaking into the police archives and edited a bunch of criminal records and stealing something from the archives and replacing a police officer's eye with a fucking toy monkey's eye, you know. Apart from that, nothing illegal.
Where's that light coming from?
Are you blind? It's coming from right in front of you.
There's still much food and drink. And you are welcome to join if you so please.
I don't think so.
I mean, this does look like a hell of a party. 3 people dancing and the rest are sitting around talking to each other.
There are 2 large rooms in the back, and they're both crammed with people.
Okay. They're just not showing us the people or festivities. That's what they're trying to sell us on.
You are what the dark people call a wave.
Dark people? Is that a racial slur?
An artist can use magic shaped by others, mold it into new magic, new art. A magician, or sorcerer, witch, warlock.
Asshole. Bitch.
You are speaking to me, April Ryan. We have spoken.
Why are you...
I don't understand what you're...
Man, this guy's a perv.
How do you know my name?
Look at how he's really staring right into her fucking tits.
Those clothes do not come free, child, nor does a night spent sleeping before the fire. I'm not asking much, only for a helping hand in cleaning.
I can't remember if you get forced to do so anyway, or if you can deny it and run away or whatever, but it's fair enough that you have to do something for room and board or whatever, but you could have asked in advance, you know.
All right. Tell me where to start.
You can start carrying in the mugs from the back room.
But yeah, I can't remember if you actually, if you say no, I don't want to do that or whatever. If she forces you to do it as well, anyway, I can't remember.
Required. Here you are, some coin to help you out.
But it's good if you can skip it, then it's good to do it anyway, because you do get an errand or a coin. Actually, you get a fair amount of coin apparently.
I got a whole handful of these Arcadian iron coins.
So it's very good to do it. You don't need that many, but you do need a few at least. So, oh, what the hell is that?
That's a funny-looking animal.
No, not the animal. I wasn't talking about the animal. That's fair enough that that's a farm boy. He disappeared now, but that creature that walked by, was that like a walking humanoid praying mantis or something?
I alone among the Venar am able to focus on a particular moment and thread in time, and so to speak with those who flow with time, like you.
It's kind of an interesting concept, though, that you have a creature that perceives time in a completely different way. Don't really go into massive detail about exactly how that's supposed to work, because, you know, he is there, you can see him and all. But, you know, the fact that he can see both past and present and future at once, and that it's difficult for him to actually focus on one point in time. It's an interesting idea, but I don't know. Yeah, we can hear a little bit more about how he perceives time.
How do your people perceive time?
It is hard to explain. Any moment before this moment and any moment after is the same to me as this one. I have lived already, and I am yet to live. Do you understand me?
Kind of.
I think so, but how's that possible?
That's what I'm wondering too.
Everything is possible, April Ryan. There is magic.
That's the only thing that it's kind of saying. It's kind of that whole, it's magic, we don't have to explain it kind of thing, but there it is again, that thing. The hell is that? Okay, when I look closely, it looks like he just has a very, very small and very, very flat head, and his body is very thin. And he's covered in, I don't know if it was oil or something, but just kind of freaky.
Have you heard a story about a god who fell from the sky into the sea?
Aye, that I be having. Although that be a story of man-eating mermen who ravaged the sea of songs, swallowing sailors whole and spitting their bones out to dry. Are you sure you be up for hearing such a cruel tale?
I've heard worse.
Oh, we all have heard worse.
Weren't you supposed to make a delivery to the Rolling Man?
Yes I was.
Then what in the deepest, darkest recesses of Mount Tierney are you doing here? Get to it and remember to get his signature.
Oh, don't tell me I forgot to take... Really? Oh, yeah, well, I'll do that later then.
Weren't you supposed to make a delivery to the Rolling Man?
Oh, no. Back.
Yes?
Then...
I was positive I did get his signature, but I guess not. Damn. Well, should I do that first? Might as well. That's the thing, and it's easy to forget some of these minor stuff, because you think it happens kind of automatically sometimes, but actually that one, you had to give him the fucking delivery list so that you can get his fucking signature.
No, I think I had some kind of accident with my so-called powers. I shifted in my underwear.
That sounded almost dirty or something. That just sounded weird the way she said that.
Sign this, please. It's just to confirm that I made the delivery.
Certainly.
What the hell did he sign that with? He just kind of turned, put his hands behind his back, and that creates a signature? Well, there is a signature there, but did he spit that signature?
Where is the disc now?
At first, more than 12,000 years ago, it was kept in the open, at the Sentinel Enclave outside Marcuria. However, when thieves attempted to make away with the disc, it was taken away.
Why?
Because thieves attempted to make way with the disc.
Thank you, Tobias.
Good to know I could help you, April.
But you could have done it faster. Basically, you could have said, well, I don't really know much, and every single fucking information you can find about anything you can find in a fucking Sentinel Enclave. Doesn't really matter, but yeah, basically you could have said, well, I don't really know much about anything. I know bits and pieces, but if you really want to figure out where to go and what to do, go to the Enclave and you can figure out pretty much anything.
Have you been there?
I don't think...
What a silly question. Of course you haven't. You're not of the Dark People, are you? You don't look like any Dark People I've ever seen.
That sounds really fucking wrong. I mean, I know Dark People could be just a different species or something here, but it just sounds wrong to say, you don't look like Dark People. They should have thought of that. That just sounds really off. Hell, even if it's said, I love Dark People, no, it sounds off. That does not sound right.
I must tell you of this funny story I heard.
No, you must not.
Of how Vestrum Tobias eats enough for a table full of minstrel.
How funny. Could you please just help me find some books?
Elguan. Although the Elguan don't, as a rule,
yeah,
much
that's
at all.
not lovely, but I'm here to find some books.
Did you know that the Elguan
I don't care. We need books.
More than half a day's journey away? Amazing, amazing creatures.
Yeah, they probably are, but we're here to search books.
Life in the desert.
I thought you would be familiar with this. You're a library. You're not a fucking storyteller or whatever.
I've heard rumors about mermen who live beneath the Sea of Songs, and I'd like to find out more about them.
Mermen in the Sea of Songs. Let me see what I can find, yes?
And that, I still remember, I've always kind of disliked this part. Not because it's so bad that you have to go to a library and look up information, that's fair enough, but the way you go about doing so, I don't know, I'm not gonna even speculate how you could have done that better, but the fact of the matter is you have to keep asking him about all these different books and all these different topics. Then you have to wait for him to go and look for it and find the book and place it down on this pedestal or whatever you call this thing on this table. Then you have to go over there and read it, and then you have to have him go and put it back, and then you have to do that whole process over again. So it feels like it takes way longer than it needs to, and it's inconvenient. That's a problem. And then this whole section ends up taking way too long. Again, I don't know exactly how you would do it better in this sort of game, but again, it doesn't quite work in my opinion. Secrets of the Drykin by Minstrom Eliak. Forward. The Drykin are known by many names throughout the Twin Worlds. In All Tongue, they are often referred to as Draken. In some variations of Low Tongue, Dretchen or something like that. In the Southlands, the word Dryk refers specifically to the winged lizard shape traditionally associated with the kin. In Irad, the eternal spirits of the kin are called simply Drak, regardless of their current shape. Or Drak, I don't know how they... In Stark, most cultures refer to the kin as Dragon, Drage, Drache, Dragon... though this usually refers only to the winged lizard shape and not to the spirit inhabiting this shape. In fact, while in Arcady... Is that a typo? I have a feeling that's supposed to be while in Arcadia. But it definitely said, while in Arcady...
Are there any books about flying people who observe and tell stories?
Winged storytellers, let me see what I can find. Hold on.
So really, that's the thing. Maybe I was unfair, maybe I'm being a dumbass or whatever. So, but maybe, but really this whole thing about this library section taking too long, I still hold that to be true if you don't know what you're looking for, and all that. But technically, as long as you've asked Brian Westhouse about if he knows about this god and these flying people or whatever, then I think I'm right in saying that you technically only need to find that book and check that out. Because the other one is basically just extra information that's nice to have, and they're nice stories and all, but...
The island of Elias, near the Briston Atoll. Maybe I should try to go there.
This is all you really needed. You only need to know that you need to go to Elias.
Are you done?
As far as I remember. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's all you need to know, really. So actually you only need to check out one book, so... Maybe it's a bit unfair to say that this feels dragged out and takes too long and all that, because if you know what you're looking for, then... But again, first time you're probably not gonna know. But if you also talked to Brian Westhouse before coming here, then... But if you got his signature before you went through the shift in the last chapter, then you might not go to Brian Westhouse, and there's nothing to indicate that you need to. So I still hold that, yeah, the library section is a bit... could have been handled slightly differently.
Can you give me a lift to Guyane on your ship?
There are 3 problems with that scenario. Number 1, there's no wind, so we can't set sail south. Number 2, I lost my navigator a few weeks past, and I have yet to find his replacement. And number 3, you're a woman. We don't let women on board the White Dragon.
Isn't that a bit sexist?
No, it's completely sexist.
You want me to call the city guard? I demand a prize.
Oh, by the gods of gambling. Here, take this and leave me be.
A calculator? Where did you get this?
Oh, I don't know. Won it off some guy who got it from someone else who's supposedly been in stock. It's it's a valuable souvenir from the mysterious and elusive world of logic. Now, would you please let me be? Let someone else play.
There's no one else here.
I'll make a trade with you. My magic wand for one of your prizes, and then I'll leave your game alone.
What's the catch?
No catch. You get a magic wand, and I get one of your exotic prizes.
All right. Fair enough. Which prize would you like?
The talking bird.
That scraggly heap of... A fantastic choice, young lady. Hold on a second and I'll get him for you. A fantastic choice, and I really, really mean that.
And now let me shove this bird down my pants. That seems smart.
Oh, God, is there no escape? I mean, not that I like being cooped up in a cage for gamblers to gawk at and children to spit at all day, but give me a break. It's better than being locked away in a stinking chest.
Hey, here's an idea. Fly away. You're outside. You're standing in front of someone. She's not holding you anywhere. You can try to fly away.
You know, if you were my bird, I think I'd call you Crow.
Yeah, well, I'm my own bird, lady, and I don't...
Fun fact. In the Norwegian version, she says she'd call... and it's been a while since I've played the Norwegian version, but I'm pretty certain she says she'd call him Ravn. Which, as far as I know, is actually not translated to crow. It's translated raven.
It's really none of my business.
And I guess in Norwegian, Ravn just sounds better than our word for crow, which is korke. But, yeah, kind of a fun fact, that it's actually 2 different names on that character. I think that's the only character that actually has different names in at least the Norwegian and English version. Because in English it's Crow, in Norwegian it's Raven.
I'm here to cash in on that favor.
I'll be damned. What did you do for the old geezer? Promise him your hand in marriage?
Don't you mind that, old boy. Just get ready to sail south. You're giving me a lift to the island of Elias. I mean, since you're already heading for Gien.
I am? That could prove a little tricky.
How come?
Because there's no wind. Haven't you been paying attention? Giant buffalo elephants. Or whatever the hell they are. Calling them cattle, but they don't...
It's some kind of cattle, but not the kind of cattle they breed in Kansas.
Definitely not, because again, these are giant buffalo elephant tapirs or something.
Of course, there was that pair of stunning robin redbreasts. Twins, did you know? Not as if I could just leave them without a kiss or two.
And a little peck.
All right, I'll help you home.
Oh, yes. Thanks, plump little treasure. A nice, pretty girl, thanks.
She does sound a little like Witch Hazel from Looney Tunes. Little bit.
I still need your help, Plumpwood. Pretty girl. I can't walk all the way home by myself, you see. Help me home and I'll cook you. A good, thick, creamy stew. Yum, I'm getting hungry myself. Let's go.
Oh yeah, nothing suspicious about this thing.
Why don't you just wait here and I will go pick some more berries and spices for my stuff. My stew.
But wait, what about your bad back?
She didn't have one. Get a fucking clue.
What a strange... I mean, what a strange...
Okay, that is a bit funny.
There's something not quite right about this
No,
place.
you don't say.
Like those skulls, for one. They look disturbingly humanoid.
Didn't you ever watch Hansel and Gretel? It's a fucking fairy tale setup.
Who are you? Are you going to eat me?
I'm April, and I've come to rescue you.
No, you haven't.
Oh my.
You just happened to come across them. Okay, that's kind of creepy. Yeah. That's not the nicest thing in the world. And this is a pretty easy fight. Just step on the plank and... Or actually touch the plank and you cook the gribbler. Nice.
Oh dear, where's the monster?
She vanished like smoke up a chimney.
No, she didn't. You cooked her.
We will talk tomorrow before you continue your journey. You are on a journey, are you not?
Yes, I am on the longest journey.